We are helping customers to grow their retention on top of HubSpot. So we're
Specifically the
really
retention.
hyper
Yeah.
focused on post sales. So
Yeah.
we're still working with marketing and sales teams, but it's in the full customer experience engine.
Yeah.
So our whole philosophy is if you aren't doing these things, you don't have a smooth sales to service handoff. You don't have customer
Mhm.
support in your portal. You don't have any kind of customer success motion. You don't have to have a dedicated team. But like, how are you upselling,
Yeah.
renewing? How are you getting
Yeah.
repurchases? Then how are you growing?
And so the thing that I love about that is that you're not niching on an industry, which is what I think a lot of people think niching is. And I'm guilty of saying it too,
Yeah.
right? Like I've been someone to say like, hey, listen, if you want to stand out as a partner, you got to bring industry knowledge and combine it with HubSpot knowledge and be able to translate those things together and be like, I am the
Yeah.
HubSpot partner for pet grooming businesses. You know, when anyone who's been a student of inbound for a very long time understands that
Yeah.
inbound is simply the physics of selling to human beings. Right. At the end of the day, that's
Yeah,
that's
totally.
really all it is when it comes down to it. And so when someone like you hears on the phone, oh, do you guys have experience in the X whatever sector? Right. And you in your head go, I mean, you're still selling to humans at the end of the day. Inbound's going to work because you're selling to people. But like, the thing is like customers coming from the outside don't understand that.
No,
Right. They don't get that.
true.
So like the thing is like they want to be able to say, oh, I want to work with someone who understands this industry because I
Yeah.
only think someone who understands that industry would be able to deploy HubSpot in a way that makes sense for it. Right now, is there a grain of truth behind that?
Yeah.
Yes, totally. Absolutely. Right. But I think that's interesting. But I think what you're kind of showing is that you don't have to niche in an industry. You can niche around a specific problem people are trying to solve for, which is a great way
Yes.
to one, get really good at what it is that you're delivering and become the experts in that. But also
Build
two,
content around
don't
it.
pigeonhole
Build
yourself
content
into,
Correct.
don't pigeonhole yourself into a specific industry, which is the risk you run doing that first method of niching down. Right.
That's true. And I will say, Max, that the whole reason that B2B does that is because that's how we buy as human beings, right? We want to see ourselves using that product. We want to know that other people like us use that product. And so I don't think it's wrong. And even for us, like we've kind of chosen 3 that we're really working on building specific POVs for, specific approaches for, so that when we do get those questions, we can say, yes, of course, and here's how we approach your industry. But I was always nervous early on of choosing just one industry because we were seeing the opportunity for, especially for Service Hub across so many, and it was such a new for us in the ecosystem. It was such a new product still. So it was like, who is going to latch on to this?
And that's smart too, because I think what you're doing there is you're not pigeonholing yourself into a singular identity, right? But you're also prepared to prove that you can serve that space when asked. Yep,
yes,
exactly.
Especially again, when you're in those upmarket cells, like that's a big deal. And then it comes with a bunch of other truth metrics that you have to figure out. Like we ended up going to get SOC 2 because that was a really big piece and probably will be continuously. I actually only see that growing in demand. So I think, again, getting back to your original question, which was like, if I'm a new partner in the ecosystem, I think it's like figure out what you're really good at, but also figure out what the gap is in the marketplace. There's thousands of us. There are still gaps, and steer into that gap. Even if it's just positioning of your service. Change management and adoption was a gap 3 years ago. It's not so much anymore. We rode that until it became just like table stakes. And I think, again, that is what happens. Things that are exciting and new and different will eventually become table stakes. And then you have to change and move on.